Here's some tips for achieving good positions with your right hand while playing the horn. This is also another very hot topic in the horn community. My recommendation is first have your fingers together and your thumb alongside your palm and slightly down, so it's as if you're slightly cupping your hand and could hold a small bit of water in there. So most of the weight of the horn should rest on your right hand, and then your left hand is just kind of holding it over so it's not falling. It's just a little bit of a tip, so that leaves your left hand the ability to have really good movement with the fingers, which is where you do a lot of your work. So most of the weight rests on your right hand, and where it rests is in a triangle between your first knuckle of your first finger, the knuckle of your thumb, and this whole bridge of your thumb and first finger. So in order to do that, you have the hand on the opposite side of the bell away from your body, and it's, if you were looking at the bell with the mouthpiece straight up, you're holding it right around 2 o'clock. And it should be able to balance on your hand without too much work in your left hand. Sometimes you'll see people holding it like this. The only way you can do that is if you rest your bell on your leg. I personally don't do a whole lot of changing of my hand position as I play my horn. Some people will advocate using your hand to change the pitch. I tend to do this more with my face than with my hand. And I strive to have a pretty open hand position, so I'll keep my wrist straight rather than coming across like this. And that gives you a more free and ringing tone. If I let my wrist get lazy and come down and across like this, you hear that it does affect the tone quality. The last thing I'm going to mention is stopped horn. So stopped horn is when you cover the entire bell with your hands, and you're going to take a fingering down a half step of whatever note you're trying to play, and you get a really buzzy sound. So if I'm playing a C, put down my second finger, cover the bell, and play a C with the fingering of a B natural. You've got to put a little bit more air through your horn to get that buzzy sound. And to keep that note in tune, you really need to cover the bell completely. What I see a lot of people do is they just kind of bring the heel of your hand down, but keep your wrist out and out, up and out like this. This often creates some space between the base of your thumb and the rest of your palm for air to leak. And it's usually your source of poor intonation when you have stopped horn. So what I like to do is I actually bring my bell up to my wrist as I'm stopping the horn to get that sound. So this is what it looks like and sounds like without that motion. Here with the wrist all the way down. So it's a little bit subtle, but you can hear that it's a better and more easily played stop sound if you really get that wrist all the way down across your bell. So I hope you found some of those tips on right hand position with the horn useful to you.